Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Becca and this is my channel where I talk about all the houseplant things. And today we are doing a plant person gift guide so that you guys can finally know what gifts plant people actually want to receive. So if you are a regular follower of my channel and you have family members or a partner or a spouse who wants to give you a gift, but they're not sure what to give you, maybe you're a little hard to shop for, you can show them this video and hopefully you can get something fun. It'll maybe at least give some inspiration for things that you can put on your wish list as you build your holiday gift guide for yourself. I don't know, do you guys do that? My mom always asks for a list of things that we want, and it is one of the hardest things for me to do every year because I have no idea what I want. Like usually if I want something, I just go get it. But you know, you gotta sort of save up your ideas around the holiday season so that people can give you gifts that you actually want. The holidays is not all about gift giving, but if you are someone who likes to give gifts or you like to receive gifts, hopefully this video is helpful for you, especially in the realm of plant people. So first off, we're going to start with something a little bit whimsical. I got 2 of these little mushroom stakes. I do not remember at all where I got these, but it was something that I purchased over the summer and I put them in my little containers outside. But I've seen a lot of sellers on Etsy and as well as local nurseries selling these, and they're basically just little mushrooms, and sometimes the tops will move, and it's just a cute little accessory to add into your plant pots. And this one would be really cute in like a bigger pot inside, but you can definitely get smaller versions for your indoor plants. This is a gift that I think is pretty much foolproof for any person with plants, because if you like plants, you probably think that mushrooms are cute. And sometimes we get mushrooms growing in our pots, but they're not very long lived. They die after a few days. And so having a little permanent mushroom fixture might be kind of fun. And I'm gonna have a bunch of options linked down below from Etsy. And if I find other places, I will also link that too. But this is something that a lot of independent artists make, and it's really a great way to support a small business while also, you know, getting something nice for your friend for Christmas. I think the only thing regarding this that you have to worry about is getting the right color, because I have noticed that sometimes they come in like really bright colors or more neutral colors. I tend to go for more neutrals, just in general, like earth tones. And so if you're wanting to play it safe, I'd go for more of an earth tone, unless you know the person is like a very colorful person. They have lots of color in their decor. Just to play it safe and make sure that you're getting someone something that they will actually want to use and display in their house. But these are just really cute and subtle. And like I said, this is kind of a big one. This is meant for outdoors, but you can find much smaller ones that are a little bit more subtle that you can add into your pots and your indoor plants. If you're going for function, a plant person will never be upset to have a new pair of plant snips. So these ones are from Modern Sprout, and I find these to be like very comfortable to hold in my hand. They have a little, I don't know, little grip thing right here, but it basically opens up. It has a lock at the bottom and it opens up like that. So it is pretty compact to store. But these snips are really sharp and also really strong. I haven't had many things that I couldn't snip with these. Of course, if you have like a really thick branch like outside, or you're trying to cut up like a fiddle leaf fig that's pretty established, it might be a little bit harder with this. But for basic use, like normal use, these are absolutely perfect. They're very beautiful too. I think that if there's a plant person in your life, usually when you're starting off, you're gonna buy like the most basic tools, which I definitely did. I have a pair of snips that are like this, and I think these were like, I don't know, $8 from the hardware store. And these are nice, like they work, they're great, but these are much prettier. So you can see the difference here. So sometimes when I'm shopping for people, I like to think of the things that they use all the time, and then how can I upgrade it or like make it more pretty or nicer or something like that, because you already know that they're using it. So you can just get them something like a nicer version. So these are from Modern Sprout. I'll have them linked down below. I'll have everything linked down below just to save myself from saying that after every single one of these. But yeah, I just really like them, and I think that they're a really fun addition to my space, and I don't feel like I need to put these away. Like the red, it sticks out. You can see it in the background of my videos if I have them out, but these ones not so much. They're a little bit more subtle, and yeah, it's just a nice little accessory and tool to have around, and it just looks really nice, and I would love to receive this as a gift if I didn't already have them. Next up, I want to talk about something that is absolutely inevitable for every plant person, and that is pest management. So if you have a friend who is like very new to plants, and maybe they haven't had a pest outbreak yet, or maybe they have and they've been stressed, they've been asking you for advice on what to do, I think a really great gift for them would be a spray bottle, whether it be like a continuous spray bottle that you like hold in your hand, or it be like a pump spray bottle that is like a pressurized spray bottle, so it just keeps spraying for a long time without you having to keep, you know, pumping your hand. Something like that would be really nice, because my first time ever experiencing pests, I swear my hand was done because I was like, you know, squeezing the bottle so many times. And eventually I just gave up and got one of those continuous spray bottles that's like a bigger pressure one, and I can mix like a higher amount of concentrate with water to take care of the pest infestation. So I think that would be a really great gift, is some sort of spray bottle that is like a continuous pressure spray bottle with your favorite pesticide. So this is just one that I grabbed. This is a sulfur pesticide. So if your friend has a lot of Hoyas, they're probably gonna need this even if they don't know it yet. But this basically takes care of like one of the main pests for Hoyas that we're all finding out about lately, and so I had it really close to me to just grab it for this video. But if you have one that you prefer, like Captain Jack's Dead Bug Brew, or what's another, like an insecticidal soap just in general, I think that is a really great gift combo to give somebody, because you're thinking about the future of their plant collection. It's just thoughtful, because when you find out that you have pests, it can be very stressful. And you know, I don't know, when I first realized that I had pests, I'm really lucky that I had friends with me to like help me figure out what to do. But if I was by myself, I would have had no idea. And if my friend had already gifted me something that I could just use, maybe all I would have to do is text that friend and be like, so how do I use this? Or I could figure it out myself. It's pretty easy. But basically, I think that's a really great way to set someone up for a future issue, or just to help them restock. I think functional gifts, like maybe giving somebody a pesticide is like giving somebody socks, but we all love getting socks for Christmas. I know that I do. That was on my Christmas list this year, was some new socks, because it's a great time of year to stock up on something that is functional throughout the year. So yeah, definitely look into some sort of spray bottle and pesticide for your newbie plant parents, or maybe if they haven't tried out your favorite spray, maybe a fun opportunity to do that too. Okay, we're going over to repotting corner. There is something called a repotting tarp or a repotting mat. I will have several options linked down below. This one is from RT1 Home, and last time I checked, it is sold out. They do sell out kind of often because they're very popular and it's a very good product. But there's a lot of other options like from sellers on Etsy, and I'll have a bunch of them linked down below so that you guys can shop through some ideas. And there was one that I purchased for a friend that I'm gonna link down below. I think that she said it was really nice. Repotting is a very messy thing to do. And if your friend is new to plants, they might be using something like a cardboard box, or maybe they're laying down a towel. Those are some things that I did in the beginning, and there's nothing wrong with doing that. Like if you prefer to do that, then keep doing it. But again, with the snips, like if you want to elevate their experience or even elevate your own experience, a plant tarp is a really great way to do that. So this one has a little strap on it that hooks on to keep it rolled up. And this is, I think, the large size from RT1 Home. So there is a much smaller version of this. But basically, the way that most of these work is there's snaps on each corner. And what it does is it creates a surface with an edge on it, so the soil is not spilling out, and it keeps everything pretty contained. And RT1 Home has a bunch of accessories to go with this, like a little broom to help like sweep up all of the dirt, but also something you can do when you're done is just like bring all of the soil to the center and lift it up and then bring it to the trash. It's really easy. Repotting mats are also a really great option because they're super compact. So if your friend lives in an apartment, this is a really great gift for that person because you don't have to worry about adding a ton of stuff and bulk to their space. I think that is like the #1 appeal to this style of repotting station, because you don't have to worry about this taking up a lot of space. You can throw it in your kitchen cabinet. You can throw it in your TV entertainment center. It's not very big. It's a really great piece. It's a really nice investment to give your friend. And when I say investment, they're really not that expensive. I think I saw one online that was like $12 and it was a little bit more of a basic design, but it does exactly the same thing. So depending on your budget, you can sort of like go for whatever looks good for you. And there's lots of options online. So definitely check that out in the description box below if you're interested in that one. And then in that same vein of repotting, this soil scoop is probably my favorite thing that I own for houseplants. Is that a stretch? I don't know. I don't think it is a stretch actually, because this is so nice because I don't like having dirty hands whenever I'm handling plants, which I get is sort of an inevitable thing, but I don't like it. I don't like being dirty. So this soil scoop is great because it's kind of like a trowel, but it holds a lot more soil. As you can see, it's pretty deep, and you can get lots of different sizes of this. This is from RT1 Home. They have a small, medium, and a large size, I think. And then also I'm gonna link some other options down below that have like, they come in like a pack of 2. But definitely a soil scoop is a great way to upgrade somebody's repotting situation, because when I first started out, I was using my hands, and that's when I sort of developed my aversion to dirty hands because the dirt would get under my fingernails and I hate it. So this definitely cuts down on that. It also really helps to put the soil in with precision because the pots that we're working with aren't usually all that big. So there's not a lot of surface area for our hands to be like scooping soil into. And with this, it just sort of directionally puts the soil in. So you're making less of a mess as it is. Like your hands are much cleaner, your area is much cleaner. I just find this to be one of those unexpected things that really has been so nice to have. I didn't think that it would affect my repotting sessions as much as it did, but this is definitely something that you should get a plant friend or yourself if you don't already have it, because it is extremely helpful. And it's just one of those nice things that, like, I don't know if somebody would buy themselves, but when someone else buys it for them, they're like really excited and use it all the time. Okay, next up, we are going to sort of circle back to the pest thing and talk about fungus gnats, because fungus gnats are an inevitable part of owning houseplants. And I want to show you the catchy. So I talked about this a couple months ago, maybe like a year ago, I first brought this up. But this is a catchy, and it is a little fungus gnat vacuum. And what it does is it has a light on it that the bugs are attracted to, and it's right in here that the light turns on. It's like a really dim purple light. It's really not that strong. It's not gonna affect you in your day-to-day life. You know, it's kind of like having like a little night light, but not even that. And it has a little vacuum as well. So when the bug is attracted to the light, it's gonna come over here. But as soon as it comes over into this area, it's gonna get sucked down into the machine, and it's gonna get spit out into this lower section, which there are fungus gnats on the trap, so don't freak out, but they land in here. You can see it's like a little chute system, and they land on this paper down here. And my catchy oftentimes catches bugs that aren't even fungus gnats. Like sometimes there'll be like a moth on there or a fruit fly. So if you have bugs in your house, this is a really great thing to have. I don't know, I just find it to be a really like elevated experience as compared to gnat traps, like the yellow sticky traps, which I still use yellow sticky traps, of course, because this can't be in every single room at once. But you don't see their bodies on the gnat trap, you know? It's like in this contained area, and whenever I have to change it out, then I see their bodies, but it's just gross, you know? And I don't like seeing that. So if I can cover it up with this, it's a much more elevated experience. So I think gift giving is all about elevating people's experiences. And if you have a certain zone of your house that has a lot of fungus gnats, pop this in there and you will see a significant difference. And what I do oftentimes, like, I get fungus gnats more in the winter time, so it's actually a timely gift, but I'll just like kind of move it around day to day into different parts of my house. And it does make a noise when it runs because it does have a little motor in it, but it's very quiet and it's almost like white noise at the end of the day. You really don't notice it, especially if you're not home or you're not in that room all the time. It's literally not gonna affect you at all, but it is very quiet, and there is a low setting and a standard setting. So, you know, if you have a meeting or something, you can put it on the low setting, or just turn it off. And it has a little USB cord, so you just plug it into a little USB connector into the wall, and it's really nice. I honestly have to say this is one of the best things I ever bought myself for houseplant care, because it elevates the experience of fungus gnats, because I don't have to look at them. I think that's the number one thing, and I know that I already said that, but it is really so gross, and it's nice to not have to look at that. This next one feels more like a stocking stuffer, or like something that you can put in a card. So, you know, if you're just exchanging cards with your friend, this would be a good thing to put in there, because you can buy like big packs of these and, you know, maybe split them up, give one to each friend or something like that. But these are little plant animals, playful creatures for your plants. So I was at a market a couple days ago and I saw these in person. I've been seeing them online. I see lots of people have these in their plants, but I'd never seen them in person. And I saw them and I was like, let's get these. I think they're so cute. So basically they're just like little metal, like very thin metal creatures, and you can bend the feet over the plant, and so it kind of just like hangs on the plant, and it's a very subtle addition to somebody's plant collection, but I think it's very cute, and it kind of like, it's like a fun thing to find in someone's collection, you know, like, or if, you know, you have this in your own collection, it's fun to like put it on something and, I don't know, just go back and be like, oh yeah, remember when I put that cute little butterfly? This looks like a monarch butterfly, actually. Remember when I put that cute monarch butterfly on my monstera? I don't know, I just think this is cute. It's like subtle, it's small. You can buy a pack of them for relatively cheap and distribute them amongst a bunch of people if you want. And I don't think that I would, like, if I received this as a gift, I would think it was very cool. Like, although it's small, I would not snub my nose at it. I'd be like, that's awesome, let's go put it on something. So yeah, this is definitely a great one. Next up, I want to suggest getting yourself or getting your plant friend a miniature macrame hanger for their rear view mirror in their car. And I know that not every state allows this, so definitely like make sure that you can have something hanging from your rear view mirror in your car in your state. I know in Illinois you cannot, because I got pulled over for that in Illinois. It was very strange. I actually saw someone have one of these in a Michael's parking lot, and I was like, what is that? And I like went up and took a picture of it, and someone was watching me do that, which was super embarrassing. But anyway, I have the inspiration. It's definitely one of those gifts that you can hand make yourself. Like, I think none of these gifts have really been a handmade gift, but that one is definitely one you can make yourself if you know how to crochet or you want to learn how to crochet. Maybe don't give them the first one you make. Maybe keep that one for yourself. And then round two, you can give it to them, because I know the first time I ever try something new, it's not usually very good, but then, you know, as I keep going, it gets a little bit better. But yeah, I think this would be a really cute thing to give to your friend, because if they don't use it in their car, they can also just like put it in their kitchen window or in their bathroom if they don't have any lights in their bathroom. But just giving somebody a crochet plant, I think, is a really cute way to DIY something for your friend. I did a class on Patreon with one of my patrons showing how to create a crochet plant, and she wrote a pattern and everything. So if you want access to that, you can join my Patreon on the upper 2 levels and you can have access to that. But also there's lots of listings on Etsy for things like this that I think they're maybe like $15 to $20. So it's not too much, and you save yourself of having to go out and figure out how to do this if you don't already know how to crochet. But I just think that's one of those cute little things that is like thoughtful, because you know this person likes plants and it's something they can actually use. Now, if you know the person's style, I don't think that you could go wrong with getting them a pot. Pottery is a gift that just keeps giving, because when the plant runs out of runs out of room, they have to move, that pot can be used for another plant. So I typically like to stick more to the 4 to 6 inch range whenever I'm gifting pottery. And I like to give the person pottery that is similar to pots that they already have. Now, this might seem a little bit boring, but pots are like a huge part of your plant collection. And most of my plants are in terracotta. So if I was to be receiving a gift from someone in the form of pottery, I would want it to be something that looks kind of like terracotta. For example, this pot is not completely terracotta, like it has some white glazing on it, so it's a little bit unique, but it is like very similar and it fits in with the rest of my collection quite well. And it is a 4-inch pot. So this plant is like trying to tumble out. This plant probably needs to be repotted pretty badly and dusted. No, that's just her coloring. I think she could use a dusting as well. But anyway, yeah, pottery is a really great gift to give somebody because anytime they use that pot, they're gonna remember you and think about you. And I just think that's really sweet. And it's a long-term, like, functional gift, which I think is always a very good thing. Like the socks, as I mentioned. I love a functional gift, if that isn't clear enough. And last on our list for our plant person gift guide is a cool trellis. So I really love having my plants on planks, but also if I was gifted a cool trellis, I would totally use it. Especially for like Hoyas and things like that. Like I'm not gonna put a Hoya on a plank. Like I would much prefer to wrap a Hoya on like a cool trellis or something like that. And I did find this one trellis. It's like a splat trellis, I think that's what they called it. And it has like a bunch of different like little, well, it looks like a splat of like liquid or something. And you can put leaves through them so that the plant can be held upright. Which, if there's anyone out there who is like me, I really don't like when my plants are like all over the place. And this is one of those trellises that kind of like controls your plants. And if you have a larger plant collection, it definitely makes it easier to have more plants when they're all contained. So that was a trellis that I really liked and that I would want as a gift. But yeah, there's lots of different trellises online. Like you can look on Etsy. There's a few different businesses that sell them as well. If you have a local plant place, I'm positive that they would have cool trellises. It's just like one of those standard things that plant places sell, especially plant boutiques and things like that. They're gonna have lots of fun accessories and gifts for plant people. So if nothing on this list spoke to you or you're thinking, and not for me on any of these items, definitely just go to a local plant boutique and see what they're selling, because they do usually have some sort of like home section or like a plant accessories section, and hopefully you'll be able to find something there that your plant friend will like, or maybe you will like. You can give inspiration to your partner or your friends or whoever. There's definitely like the plant industry is like booming, like big time. So there's lots of products out there for function, for cuteness, to make everything look fun, like little accessories. There's lots of stuff out there. So also I want to say, getting somebody a plant is a little bit more risky. That's why I didn't put it on this list, because number one, what if they don't like that plant? And number two, what if they don't have the conditions for that plant? So I would say only get somebody a plant if you know that they want that plant. Like if they've put their wish list out there and like they've said, hey, I want X plant. Yeah, I think it's a little risky to go rogue and just like buy them something, because if somebody went rogue and bought me a plant, I would be very thankful. But if it's not a plant that I actually wanted, or maybe it's a plant that I haven't had success with before, I might be less inclined to, I mean, no, I would try my hardest to keep it alive because it was a gift, but it might feel more like a burden than something fun. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know if that makes me like a bad gift receiver, but I think it is important to make sure that the plant that you're buying the person is actually something that they want, something that they can take care of. Yeah, something that they want. All right, guys, that is going to be all for my holiday gift guide for plant people. I hope that this helped sort of, you know, uncover the mystery of what plant people actually want to receive. If you have any additional ideas, you can comment down below. I hope this video can be like a resource for the plant community to just be like, what do I get a plant person? You can watch this video, you can look at the comments, you can look in the description box for all of the links, all of this stuff. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.